if you have ghosts.
One thing that people have picked up on by now is the fact that we like doing covers. We always choose covers on the criteria that they need to be, first of all, it needs to be a song that we feel poised and able to change. That is exactly why we are not doing Blue Oyster Cult covers or Merciful Fate covers or Demon covers or Angel Witch covers, because we feel that there's nothing that we can do in order to make them better or different. And if we would do our versions of them, it might be just this soft piano version of Gypsy, and that might come one day, but right now we have focused on other songs. And the first song that we did in a sort of a ghost fashion that was a cover was a very well-known, happy, short little bit written by George Harrison, which was on the Abbey Road record. It's called Here Comes the Sun. And the original is a very, very simple song cooked up on basically 4 chords all in all, because the basic melody and everything is just over these, and it's actually the same riff that Eurythmics stole later for Thorn in My Side. The lyrics for the song is very, very hope-filled and very, but there was something sad about it, and obviously we found the little thing that we could play with, obviously being the word sun and sun. Here comes the sun, and obviously we are referring to the Antichrist, and we did it in minor instead. And sort of took most of the components out. We saved the melody, but transposed it down to minor and changed all the chords. So from that happy sort of 4-chord song, ours is probably a few more chords, but it's like very much a droning. This is how it sounded like. This is the couch acoustic version that sort of was played with.
We just talk in between about the simplicity of things, and that makes them sometimes very beautiful in the other world because things are so simple. Would you have a prime example of a song that was complicated, more complicated before than when you decided to record it? Did you simplify songs over the progress of composing them?
Sometimes you do, but I mean, you tend to forget about, just because we have we have a fairly sort of thought out, not dogmatic rule, but we know very much how to cock up the instrumentation of a ghost song nowadays. Obviously, sometimes you have this riff, for example, just because you're doing this sometimes people have a hard time playing that because they're so used to do this, which sounds basically the same. And even though any sort of skilled guitar guy or girl who's sort of watching this, they think that that is just the simplest. Obviously, it's easy to play, but it's things like that sometimes you have to sort of model in a way that you have another guitarist that's supposed to do that. We do double solos, for example, where both the solo in Genesis is replicated by the other, so we play octaves, and it's the same thing with the solo in Gigolo Harmegiddo. It's also a double solo, so the both solos are playing like simultaneously. So it's stuff like that. Sometimes you have to sort of. I mean, I think that we are fairly qualified guitar players, but we're not. I myself have never really gone for the sort of Yngwie Malmsteen sort of fast, that sort of stuff. I'm more of a David Gilmour soft.